Hello, 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 and welcome to Happy, Healthy, Whole with Sharia Farmer. I am Sharia, and today we are talking day or week 2 of our staying motivated because we're in that first quarter of the year and it's coming to an end. And I wanted to do something that kind of talks about those goals or those expectations that we made usually at the beginning of the year that by this point we've kind of dropped and or kind of minimized the importance of them. And so today's tip for staying motivated is really having an expectation. So very similar to last week when we talked about being focused and visualizing, you want to be able to expect that these things can be achieved, that your dreams are worth having and that your dreams are worth having and that you can do them if you put the work towards them. Yes, there will be obstacles. Yes, there will be some things that have to do with being able to navigate it or to do it differently because of your own culture or identity. But that does not mean you don't deserve to have those things. And it doesn't mean that you can't have those things. And so have an expectation that you can achieve your dreams and also that you can activate towards those dreams with your actions. So ultimately relating your actions towards what you want or desire for yourself related to what you're trying to stay motivated towards towards your goals. And so I think when it comes down to some of the goals that we might have set towards the beginning of the year, it has to do with a lot of times with saving. It has a lot of times to do with losing weight. It has a lot of times with connecting with people. And so really, if you are able to evaluate where you are honestly right now, and then start to put back that expectation that this too can be a reality, that you can have those healthier relationships, that you can have that money goal that you want to make by the end of the year. You may have to do a little bit more work now, but that's okay. That you can lose that weight that you may have wanted to lose, that you started out the year and said, just give up or I just don't feel motivated, right? So really having an expectation that those things can really happen for you is a part of how you stay motivated. Believe in yourself. Believing in yourself means that you believe that you can complete the things that you want out of your life. That means that not only do you start them, and sometimes you stop them, and sometimes you start them again, and sometimes you stop them, and sometimes you start them again. But knowing that regardless of that action, that you can make a decision to start today to try to move towards achieving that goal, and that believing in yourself is part of really that reality that it can be done and you will get it done, right? So I always say for me, when I want something or I desire something, I have to have an expectation that I can complete it. And also that I have to have the resources around me or to develop those resources around me so that I can reach those goals. And so for me, for example, if I'm thinking about eating well or eating clean, because that's the example that I used last week, a lot of that is about making sure my refrigerator is stocked in a certain way, making sure that I don't eat fried food or making it a salad versus a carb, right? Really being very conscious of my decisions that I'm making, but knowing that I can believe in myself to make those decisions. And then last thing that you think about when it comes to the expectation is to really think about it from knowing that you don't have to know it all. So finding an expert in the area that can help you to see a clear picture. So for example, myself, I have a recent goal of really looking at real estate for my business and really looking at it from the perspective of growing it. And so what I wanted to do before I even started to just say, hey, I'm going to purchase something, I'm going to buy something and tell the world that I'm doing all these things. First thing I'm going to do is take a class and learn on, is this even a realistic goal? Is this something that can be for where I want to be in the next 5 to 10 years? And so looking at it from that perspective and then setting goals and steps towards it, but knowing that they're experts and going to those classes and trying to learn and really learn enough where I can make a good decision towards what's best for my future. That's just one example of making sure that you find an expert that can support you. You could do that with a trainer if you're thinking about working out. You could do that with a therapist if you're trying to look at things like anger management or emotional wellness. Really thinking about who are some of the experts that I can introduce into my life that can help me to stay motivated so that I can reach those goals because I believe in myself. All right, y'all, take good care of yourselves. Next week, we'll be on week 3 of how to stay motivated in this new quarter or as we end the first quarter of the year. And so next week we will be this week we talked about expectations. Last week was focus. And next week we will be talking, and I have no idea what we'll be talking about next week. Next week we'll be talking if it's confidence, excuse me, I think confidence might be next week, but don't quote me on that one. Actually, it's our environment. So I'll see you next week. Take good care of yourselves. Be well.